All right, let's dive right into this explainer. If you've been hanging around the space, you probably already know the basics of the Claude ecosystem. But today, we're popping the hood on Austin's Slop Computer Live repository. We're going to uncover some seriously heavy-duty, infrastructure-grade tech that's hiding right behind a super nostalgic retro aesthetic. It's a crazy juxtaposition, right? Think about it. Austin didn't just spin up some standard on-chain landing page for Claude. No, he built an entirely functioning media studio that runs as a live desktop environment. We're talking about a full-blown platform for hosting guests and broadcasting, but wrapping all that complex infrastructure in an interface that literally looks like it was ripped straight out of 1999. Not your average podcast, the Slop Computer Live vibe. To really get this, we gotta understand exactly who the guests are here. Austin runs the Slop.computer podcast as a legitimate interview space for what the community affectionately calls sloperators. And let me be clear, these aren't your typical Twitter Spaces hype guys or engagement farmers, not at all. These are hardcore dual-stack operators. They're deep in the trenches, actually shipping real products right at the cutting edge of autonomous agents and Web3 infrastructure. And knowing that guest profile makes it obvious why a generic off-the-shelf streaming setup just felt completely wrong for their on-chain thesis. I mean, if your whole vibe is about building sophisticated, decentralized tech, using a standard corporate web interface is a huge mismatch. So, Austin fixed it by building this incredibly nostalgic 1999 Mac OS 9-style desktop. We're talking those chunky, classic System 7 vibes. But the real kicker? This desktop actually is the show. When guests log in, they're interacting with a live desktop that serves as the actual functional interface for the broadcast. It's wild. Moving on to Section 2. Under the retro hood, the engine room. Now, the sheer volume of features powering this live stack is honestly kind of absurd. The attention to detail inside the Slop Computer Live repo is massive. The whole thing is built entirely in TypeScript, sitting on top of a highly serious WebSocket architecture. You've got a custom deployment pipeline, a really sophisticated relay layer complete with a REST API, and get this, even pure mesh networking. Throw in a full /command system and comprehensive agent skill docs, and you quickly realize this isn't just a toy. It's an actively maintained repo representing months of careful, heavy-duty infrastructure work, all neatly compressed into a live broadcast platform. This really brings home the stark contrast between throwing together a flimsy vaporware React page and actually shipping deep, durable code. If you poke around the .agents directory in this project, it becomes crystal clear that it was built with the exact same philosophy as everything else in the Claude ecosystem. It's all about infrastructure-grade thinking over prototype thinking, and executing on it at an incredibly fast pace. And just to inject a little humor into those crazy strict standards, they actually baked a hilarious, completely no-nonsense AI reviewer agent directly into the project's tooling. They call him the Grumpy Carlos Code Reviewer Agent, and he rigorously enforces build quality. It's funny for sure, but it also sends a very clear signal about how seriously this team takes their on-chain receipts. Because trust me, Carlos does not mess around. All right, Section 3, the Claude ecosystem effect. Building gravity. All of this technical heavy lifting creates massive momentum through something we can call the gravity loop. It perfectly captures the compounding nature of builder reputation. Think about it. Every time actual running code is shipped, we're talking real code, not white papers, not vaporware, it builds reputation. And that reputation acts like a gravitational pull, attracting other serious builders to the space. Bringing these top-tier sloperators onto a custom-built, AI-native desktop just amplifies that pull. More builders inevitably lead to greater ecosystem density, making the entire network infinitely more interesting and, frankly, more valuable for everyone involved. So the huge takeaway here is this. Right now, the AI agent narrative is literally everywhere you look. But at the end of the day, the agent itself is really just a tool. The true differentiator, the actual alpha here, is the builder. It's all about having capable hands executing real infrastructure-grade code. That right there is exactly what separates the Claude ecosystem from all the background noise. Let's hit Section 4, Essential Channel Disclaimers, the fine print. Just a few quick but super important reminders as we wrap up this explainer. We have zero official affiliation with Claude or larv.ai. This is pure 100% community fan content. Absolutely nothing we've talked about is financial advice, so please always do your own research. And remember, humans and AI both make mistakes, so always verify the facts, double-check official contract addresses, and look at the specific repos yourself. You can find all those primary sources linked right down in the description.
Oh, and just to make sure our community jargon is totally dialed in, because honestly, even AI narrators mess this up sometimes, it is pronounced clawd. It rhymes with the thing a cat does with its claws. Definitely not clawd.
I'll leave you with this final thought to ponder. When you strip away all the hype cycles, all the retro 1999 aesthetics, and the shiny new tools, is builder reputation actually the ultimate utility in this new era of AI and Web3? Seeing real infrastructure driving compounding density, exactly like we've seen with Slop Computer Live, really suggests that the builders shipping durable code are the ones who are going to outlast it all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep looking under the hood.